Okay, so now we're to the last step of solving the Rubik's Cube. So what you're going to do is you're going to look for what's called the headlights. What this means is that on a given side, there are two pieces that are the same for the corners. So what we mean by this is that we see how we have two reds here from the corners, and that's not the case on any other side. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these headlights, which is the two red pieces, in the back face, just like that. And this could be any color, but in our case it just happens to be red. And we're going to do this algorithm. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And what you see is that created headlights on every single side. So now there are many cases where you can get headlights. And in every single case, you're just going to want to put those headlights in the back, unless you get a case where there are more than one headlights, just like this. And there are three others that I'll show you how to solve. Well, let me just show you another example. All right, so here we have another pair of red headlights. Now, the color of the headlights doesn't matter, as I said earlier, but what does is what side you put them into. And what I mean by that is we're going to do from this orientation a U prime, because we want these to be in the back face. So now we're going to do the algorithm I just showed you again. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And now we see, again, we have headlights on every single side. So basically, if you get headlights on just one side, you're going to put those in the back and then do the algorithm I just showed you. And that works every single time. Now let's say you don't have headlights on any side. And that happens in a few situations. This is one of them. You see that there's not two corresponding pieces on any side. Now what you're going to do is just the algorithm I showed you from any side. So obviously it doesn't matter, so we're just going to do the algorithm R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And now we see that we did get headlights here, so we're going to put those in the back and then do the algorithm again. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And now we see that we have headlights on every single side. So now I'm going to show you how to actually solve these cases when we have headlights on every single side. So for this example, what we're going to do is we're going to put this bar back here in the back. Well, we want to keep that in the back. So if it's on your left, you're just going to do a U, and that's going to put it in the back here. Now we need to look at where the edges need to go. So we see that this red needs to go here in between these red corners. This blue needs to go here between these blue corners, and this green needs to go here between these green corners. So that looks like we're going clockwise. So when we have this clockwise orientation, what we're going to do is this algorithm. R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R prime. And as you see, that solves all of the cube, and you just need to orient it to where the face is in the correct permutation. Okay, so now we need to look at this from the other perspective, which is when these pieces are moving counterclockwise. So here we see that this blue needs to go there, this red needs to go there, and this orange needs to go there. So they're all moving counterclockwise. So the algorithm for this is as so. R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. And now you see that we solved the cube again. In some cases, you'll get this orientation, where you have headlights on every side, but these edges need to be flipped or switched, and these edges need to be switched. So what you do is from any angle, it doesn't matter, you do this algorithm. And they can be in any orientation, it doesn't matter as long as they just need to be switched. M2, U prime, M2, U2, M2, U prime, M2. Now lastly, there's this case, where you have headlights on every side, but these pieces need to be switched and these pieces need to be switched. So what you're going to do here is you're going to make sure that you have an orientation where these need to be switched and these need to be switched, because if you do the U and you switch these pieces, it would be incorrect because the orange doesn't need to go here. The orange needs to go there. In order to do that, you have to put those in the back. So you need to make sure that the pieces in the front face and in the left face need to be switched, these edges. And then the pieces in the right face and the back face need to be switched. And not like this, because that's incorrect. So what you're going to do is this algorithm. R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U, R, U, R2, U prime, R prime. And now in every single case, you should be able to solve the entire Rubik's Cube.